Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Arjun. Arjun, how are you doing today?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Awesome. So, Arjun, can you guide us where you live and what you do?
So what we do is we make it easy for e-commerce companies, e-commerce merchants to sell on WhatsApp. We mostly serve these markets where WhatsApp is on 80% or more phones. So in these markets, if you're an e-commerce merchant, you are forced to kind of end up in WhatsApp and do business with your customers on WhatsApp. So we make it easy for you as a business to do that on WhatsApp, right? You can show customers your products, you can collect payments, you can market to them. So if you are a customer, you can simply message these businesses on WhatsApp, and your entire life cycle from product discovery to payment and follow-ups can happen inside WhatsApp.
That's great. Awesome. So, Arjun, as a founder, what are your core responsibilities? Because I'm sure a founder may have a lot of responsibilities. So, what are your core responsibilities?
Yeah, so from a tactical point, I take on the responsibility of product. And so I do all the product management, figuring out what does not go into the product and what goes into the product. So tactically, that's what I do. So there's a lot of coordination with the designers, talking to a lot of customers, doing a lot of customer support, which is a great way of getting the pulse of the customer. So my primary job is to kind of get a sense of what the customer is thinking, what do they want, how well they like our product, things like that. And then from a founder perspective, we are two co-founders. So my technical co-founder Arjun looks after all the technical stuff, and I look after all the business stuff, which basically means get more customers, right? So if you are in doubt, just get more customers, because sales solves everything. So the idea is to kind of convert customers, make sure they like the product, they use the product, they pay more. So as long as that graph is going up, everything is in order.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, Arjun, I'm not sure if you may have other competitors in the market, because in e-commerce field, I saw that mostly people are just doing like they do have a website, maybe on Shopify or WordPress, sort of like that, and but still they have a website, and on the other hand, they are running Meta ads and sometimes Google ads as well, and that's it. And there is one more category who are running their ads and their shops on TikTok as well. But this was, I know, like WhatsApp business offers the e-commerce module as well. But I wasn't aware that there are some companies who are helping other businesses to work on WhatsApp. So I'm not sure if you have any competitors, but just in case, if you do have some competitors, then what are your differentiators where you set apart yourself from the market?
Sure. Yeah, there are quite a few competitors. So in that way, we chose a good space to be in, because a lot of companies do see value in it, and there are lots of competition, which is a good thing. And the way we differentiate ourselves is we focus specifically on e-commerce merchants, and even in e-commerce merchants, we focus specifically on Shopify merchants. So the idea is we want to become the best WhatsApp solution for Shopify merchants to do their sales, marketing, and customer support on WhatsApp. Right. So that's what we kind of eat, breathe, and live every day, is how to make our tool the best WhatsApp solution for Shopify merchants.
Makes sense. So your customers are the e-commerce customers who are on Shopify. So for more understanding, what is their eligibility criteria other than these two things? What is their eligibility criteria to be your client?
Sure. So what we do is we look for merchants who do like 100 orders or more a month. So by definition, because it's Shopify, it's mostly small and medium businesses. Now Shopify is kind of focusing a lot of enterprises. Mostly we're talking about small and medium businesses, right? They want to own their brand, so they set up Shopify, and they're doing business with their customers. So, and because it's also Shopify, there are a lot of new businesses who haven't really started selling on WhatsApp. They're still figuring e-commerce out, not WhatsApp, even e-commerce itself, they're figuring it out. So what we do is we kind of got a sense of if they do 100 orders or more, they've kind of figured out all the basics of e-commerce. So they've set up a shop, they've set it up the way it needs to be working. So they've kind of figured all that. So that is the end of the criteria, is like you have to do 100 orders or more, right? And then we look for ideally businesses who are in, they have to be businesses in WhatsApp first markets where 80% or more phones have WhatsApp on it. That's when they really have this problem, right? So that we don't have to teach them about why they need WhatsApp. Like they already sold on WhatsApp, right? So what happens in these businesses, in these markets, companies organically end up in WhatsApp, for some reason. They're already talking to customers, and at a certain number of chats or more, they lose control over their WhatsApp channel, their personal WhatsApp channel. That's when they start to look for a solution like that. So then when we start the conversation with them, hey, you're doing already 100 orders or more, you already ended up organically on WhatsApp, you lost control over your WhatsApp channel. Then we appear and say, hey, we can solve all your problems. Then it's music to the ears. Like it's a headache at that point, really. So we are the painkiller coming and saying, hey, we can solve this for you. So that is where, what do you call, our ideal customer profile sounds like.
Makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So, Arjun, what is the onboarding criteria? Like how, not the criteria, but what is the onboarding process? How you onboard a customer? How many calls are involved? How many discovery calls are involved in it?
Yeah, sure. We do 3 calls in a space of a month. So the initial object, like a goal for onboarding is, end of that process, they should make 3 times more money than they're spending on our platform, right? And it's not really a high bar to beat, because in WhatsApp, if you set up your checkout recovery automations on WhatsApp, what happens is, you probably know that checkout recovery just works 1 in 5 times. Any website, any market, it just works. So if you do it on WhatsApp, the beauty of WhatsApp is 90% of WhatsApp messages gets open within 2 minutes of delivery. So if it's already working really well for you on email, it will work for you on WhatsApp. It will work better for you on WhatsApp. So the idea is, we set up these automations, checkout recovery or order notifications, collecting reviews on WhatsApp. So all those automations we set up so that whatever money you've spent, you're already making it back at the end of the end of 30 days. So then what we do is we extend onboarding for 2 more months. And the idea is to, okay, what other ambitious stuff can we do where you can make more money? So depending on your business, we might help you set up upsell, cross-sell, the ability to take orders inside WhatsApp, bring your catalog from Shopify to WhatsApp, take orders inside there. If you have scale, we set up AI bots to answer your Wismo questions, your where is my order questions automatically. So the idea is, at the end of 90 days, anyone without a PhD should be quickly able to say that we have made way more money than we are spending on the platform. The ROI is great. Right. So that means after that, we don't have to worry about that customer. That customer will probably retain unless we screw up royally someplace. Right. So that's the onboarding process that we have.
Awesome. So, Arjun, obviously, marketing is essential for every business, and even in your business as well. So, how you are looking at your marketing? What's the process of marketing you are doing? Digital marketing, offline marketing, or a mix and match?
Yeah, sure. So what we do is we focus on just 2 channels, the Shopify platforms. The Shopify merchants, whenever they want anything, the first place they go look for is the Shopify App Store. Right. So if you're building anything, you want to be among the top 3 listings when your target customers come look for you on the App Store. Right. So we try to own the first 3 spots there. So we do, the best way to do it is get a lot of good reviews so that people, like trustable reviews, don't make up stuff and don't shortcut it, don't game it, do nothing, but get like great genuine reviews there. And then these merchants would adopt your solution from among all the others that are possibly available there, right? Then if that doesn't work, we throw money at it, right? We run ads on the Shopify App Store, again, just to make sure we are in the top three no matter what, right? So that has to be, if you're a Shopify app selling to Shopify merchants, if you're not in the top three, you should be in the top three. So we make sure we do that. And then to get new customers know about us and name gets out there, more familiar, what we do is I write a lot of content on LinkedIn, right? So the idea is write about something you know as a founder. It doesn't have to be very specific to your product or even very specific to your target customer. Just write great content so that there's an audience. And then if I write like 5 posts a week, I do 1 or 2 every 2 weeks. I'll write about my product or about my customers. So that if you have an audience of 50,000, for example, you can easily get 1 million or more impressions for your content every month. So the idea is to leverage that million impressions to seed your content about your product, right? So that it goes to your target customers eventually. So you don't have to be like super focused on it. These are the 2 things that we do.
Got it. Awesome. Arjun, for entrepreneurs, every day is they're the new challenge. Every day they have to face a new challenge, and challenges are meant for the entrepreneurs basically. So I'm sure you must have faced many challenges. Can you share one biggest challenge you have ever faced, and if you can share with us how you were able to cope up with it?
Yeah, definitely. We build on top of the WhatsApp platform. So pricing is heavily controlled. Like our pricing is heavily dependent on what pricing WhatsApp sets for the messages, right? Or the philosophy of how they charge for their messages or conversations or chats and all that stuff, right? So about a year into the company, we were growing, we are profitable, we hit $1 million in revenue in 12 months, and then we hit $3 million in the next 12 months. So things were going great according to how the chart should be going up. We were making money, profitable. And then WhatsApp went, and because a large chunk of our customers are in India, inevitably spamming started on WhatsApp. And so they wanted to discourage spamming, and what they did is they doubled the price of the messages. So it became very painful to spam customers, and they put in a lot of controls in place. So if you think about it, we kind of optimized everything to make sure lots of messages were getting sent. That's how we made our money. So everything was dependent on messages going out. And they suddenly came and clamped down on messages and doubled the price, right? So if you look at our top 20 customers, folks who are spending $10,000, $20,000 a month, $250,000 a year, their price doubled to $500,000 a year, and they got nothing new for it. It's just one stroke of a pen, their cost went up and nothing. So they see WhatsApp's bill in our bill, right? So hey, Zoko, your bill went up, you didn't give us anything new, right? So then what happened? They just stopped marketing. They stopped using the product so they could figure out what to do. So we lost like our top 20 best, the folks that we were optimizing for. We lost those customers. We couldn't eat the cost, obviously, because we'd go out of business, right? So by the time we've kind of figured it out and all that, we lost the customers, revenue stalled. So we were only used to kind of winning and everything going well. So then we took our time. It took us like 8 months to kind of figure out, hey, what do we do with this platform if it's not about sending out a lot of messages? So we figured that solutions out. Again, figured out how to charge these customers for other things rather than just messaging. We made messaging free on our platform, and then we kind of got back to that growth path. Right? So that 8 months was painful and without any clear answers. And especially when things were working well, not working well, and then having to go back to square one to figure things out again. That was a painful process and quite challenging to do.
Yeah, awesome. So in terms of price challenges, in fact, price war, my personal opinion is like price war ate many entrepreneurs, many businesses. I'm not sure, I'm not sure what you think about it, but I think like price war is always in long term and in short term both. In fact, price war is always pretty bad for any business and the whole industry as well. This is the if we are talking about an e-commerce industry, and in e-commerce industry, if there is going on a price war, still this is not just bad for one company but for the whole industry as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So Arjun, what are your short-term goals of the company, like maybe in next 4 to 6 months?
Yeah, just so we have just 2 goals. like YC always teaches is keep it simple. Revenue, number of customers, like that's it. So if the revenue is there, number of customers are there, we can't go wrong too much. So the idea is to like double every year, right? So next 6 months we have a number of customers we need to hit and a revenue target that we need to hit. So that's the goal that everybody kind of works towards.
Makes sense. Completely makes sense. Awesome. So, Arjun, can you please give us the biggest piece of advice for our viewers who are entrepreneurs and the ones who are dreaming to be their own boss?
Yeah, sure. As YC says, just don't die. So the idea is all the answers may not be clear every day. You just have to figure it out. And the number one reason for startup failure is you run out of cash or you have co-founder conflict, right? So if you have great co-founders, you don't have to worry about co-founder conflict. But then just don't run out of cash, don't run out of steam, don't run out of energy, right? Just don't die. So as long as you're alive, you can kind of, you're not trying to send anything to the moon or, you're not trying to send a rocket to space or anything. So most SaaS businesses can be figured out given enough time. So the idea is just don't die. Don't worry about random timelines that you see other people doing. Just calm down and just work on your solution. You'll eventually figure it out, right? So patience and staying alive would be my biggest piece of advice.
That's great. That's a beautiful advice. Well, Arjun, thank you for joining us. In fact, I enjoyed the conversation. But before we hop off, can you please let our viewers know how they can reach you? You can share your website, social media, or whatever you want to share.
Yeah, sure. So LinkedIn is the best way to reach out. So if you search for my name, Arjun Paul, on LinkedIn, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to talk or help. In fact, I have 2 hours every week where I paid forward to help other founders. Like we've got like millions of hours of help from YC for free. So we want to pay that forward. So I have 2 hours every week, 30-minute slots where anyone can book a slot. So just feel free to ping me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to share the link and chat with anyone who needs it.
Awesome. That's great. Well, Arjun, again, thank you for joining us today. I really enjoyed the conversation and I wish you best of luck.
Thanks, Qasim. Great chatting with you.
Thank you. Likewise. Have a good day. Bye bye.